Hi ladies, so I'm finally going to give a review on the Lady Schick. The Lady Schick. Okay, remember I said it had steam in there and you put water. It had a reservoir you put water in, and then, let me show you. You put water in there, and then it has all these little holes in there where steam comes from. You know what? I'm going to tell you the bad thing about it, and it took me a while to figure out that it was from this, right? Okay, I don't know if you've seen that video where I was talking about it, where I said I can hear the water bubbling up because it's boiling. Well, it's like I have to stand up and hold this. Okay, so anyways, look at this. So the reservoir is here. The reservoir is here, right? And it boils. And then it comes up here in this very thin tube. So it comes up here and then it all gets out into the holes. Now, the bad thing about this, okay, now it took me a while to figure it out. Bad thing about that is the water was boiling. Apparently water boils at 100 degrees. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees, right? And even though it has high and low, I tried this twice. So I tried it on low and I tried it on high, and the results were not great. What I want to say is, because my hair is naturally curly, when I go under there, obviously my hair is like in an afro. So that means my hair is pushing up right against the holes all over the hood part, right? The bonnet. So my hair is right up against there. It's boiling at 100 degrees. It goes up into that tube. It's not being cooled down by any means. There's no cooler air mixing in with it. So it's being concentrated all the way up, and my hair is practically right up on there, and you get like this really, really high temperatures right on the ends. So for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, my ends are getting this really, 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 really high temperature because it's not being cooled down. It's right there. So I noticed when I was done with my treatment, my ends felt a little hard, right? And then I tried it again on lower setting, but it didn't matter if it was high or low, as long as the water was boiling up and there was steam coming out and there was no way for the air to cool down a little bit, you were having like really high temperature on the ends of your hair because the ends are standing up. If my hair was naturally straight, where I could sit under the hooded dryer and my hair would lie down flat, which means there would be a gap between the holes in my hair, so it would have a little time to cool down a bit, you know what I mean? So the lower you sit down, the better off you'll be. If you can lie your hair down, your afro, or tame it down, or put like one of those mesh over it and tie it down and sit a little bit lower so the air can cool down before it gets to you, that'll work better. But obviously I didn't know that until now, right? So I noticed, like I said, both times I used it, my ends were feeling a little hard. And I was like, okay, this doesn't feel right. So what happened after this is I used it twice and my ends were feeling really hard. I would use gel, like the Eco Styler gel, right? And I noticed when I would rinse out the hair, I'd have tiny little micro breakage. I'm thinking, what's this breakage from? I thought it was the gel, right? I thought it was the gel for like the longest time. And but I decided to look at it, because some days it would break and some days it wouldn't, right? I'm looking. They were very short. They weren't long breakage, but they were short breakage. And then I was like, okay, I was thinking I should stay away from the gel. And then I thought maybe it was, you know, from the heat. And then again, I noticed breakage, hold on, when I was using this. Now, it wasn't the cause of the breakage, neither was the gel. They didn't cause the breakage, but they don't moisturize your hair enough to stop it from breaking. Like, this is not a great moisturizer. So when I was using this alone in my hair, I would see like little micro breakage. Like the breakage was probably the length of my eyebrows. Like, they're not big, but I saw it. And when I used gel, breakage again. But when I like really had used like the glycerin mix olive oil and distilled water, when I used like the mixed silk and like a conditioner, the Vatica, my ends were so moisturized. I didn't see any breakage. Never, ever, ever see any breakage, right? So moisturizing your hair definitely helps. But, you know, if you have heat damage, you kind of have to get rid of that eventually anyway. So when I did flat iron my hair, I did trim off quite a bit, you know, where it looked like it needed it. So my ends should be okay. My ends should be pretty okay. So I'm not going to cut my hair. I'm not going to trim my hair up this November when I'm 2 years post relaxer, because I already did like a trim. But what I've decided to do is next year, November, when I'm 3 years, I will have a lot of growth. I would have retained 6 more inches. 6 more inches is about from here to here. That's a lot of growth. So if I have this hair right now and I grow this much hair next year, I will be exactly, well, below brow strap, I would say about mid-back. So I can afford to cut off maybe an inch too next year. I want to like blow dry my hair, flat iron my hair myself, and then go somewhere, and then when they get there, just let them blow dry it and then just trim it up, just so the ends are completely good. I mean, they look good, but next year I can afford to lose an inch, inch and a half, 2 if necessary, because I would have obtained so much growth. Like, what am I going to cry about an inch, 2 inches for, right? Because really, if I'm at that length, I really don't care to get to waist length. Like, that's just too much hair for me to handle, like, honestly. Too much. Like, I am not really trying to get there. Like, I mean, if I get there, oh, that's awesome. But after mid-back, I'm cool there. You know what I mean? I really, I don't know. Unless I wear my hair curly all the time and it just happens to get there. But of course, if it's curly, it probably look to here or something, you know, if it's like waist length, so it won't be so bad. But if I gotta like flat iron the hair, it's gonna be too much length. Like, who wants to do that? Not me. So like I said, next year when I reach my goal, I'll probably go and have them trim it up. Go to the salon and have them really trim it up if it needs it. But right now my ends are staying really good. So that's the only thing I have to say about that, right? So if you are using that, just try to keep your hair away from the holes. Allow the air to cool down, and so you're not being, like, your hair is not being singed, because that's what it felt like. The ends were singed. So your hair is not being singed for like 30 minutes or 20 minutes or however long you're on there. And the same for diffusers, right? People are using the diffusers and it's going to singe your hair. So just be careful with that. You're better off air drying. I've heard one lady on there, I think it was Ivy Charlene, saying that the diffuser, she noticed the diffuser was drying out her ends and singeing it. So just be careful. I was looking at a knockoff Beautiful. Now the good thing about the Beautiful is it doesn't have all the holes at the around the perimeter, around the area, the whole area of the bonnet, but it has one larger section right there. So I haven't used it, but I mean, if it's anything like this where the steam is really hot, it comes out hot, you're not going to have damage here because the holes are not here, but it'll be concentrated in one area if that's how it is, right? So, you know, just be careful and try to keep your hair away from, you know, that high heat. So that's it. And yeah, I just decided to flat iron my hair because my birthday was on the weekend and I felt like I wanted to change for my birthday, and now I'm ready to go back to curly, and I'm so happy with my growth. Oh, my dad weave checked me. Can you believe that? Because we went out like Friday and my hair was curly. Of course it was short and curly, right? And then the next day I saw him, which was Saturday, and I had straightened my hair, and he was like, look at this. Is this all your hair? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, wow, I'm getting weave checked by my dad. This is great. But whatever. So that was interesting. I guess, like, he knows my hair grows long, but I guess because he saw it so short the first day, and then all of a sudden I straighten it out and it's like to there. I guess it'll be a little bit. Wow, curly hair shrinks up a lot. Yeah, it does. Okay, ladies, so that's all I'm going to say about that. So I haven't used it since. To be honest with you, I haven't used it. If I'm going to use it again, to be honest with you, I don't know if I don't think so. Because like I said, my goal is to get next year another 6 inches. 6. And I can't afford my ends to be like singeing up. So air drying it is. Wintertime, I'm probably going to just wig it or something. I haven't figured that out yet. Because it's going to be like really cold. But I will figure out what I'm going to do in the wintertime, but I think I'm going to wig it. Because, I don't know, I feel like wigging it until next spring. Like watching hair grow is like watching grass grow sometimes, you know? It's just like, it seems like it's taking forever. But anyway, yeah. So that's my review on the Lady Schick. And any steamers, anything that applies heat to your hair, right? Just be careful with those. And then realize that, you know, products like these that are not moisturizing properly, it's not the product that's breaking hair, but it's not helping it from, like, stopping it from breakage like this in gel. It's damaged already from something else, but this doesn't help the matter any. It just almost like makes it worse. So if you moisturize your hair properly, you won't see as much breakage. If you're using gel and your hair is damaged, you're going to see breakage. Okay, so that's that. And really and truly, if you're starting to have, like, if you're having like problems with your ends, you really should just cut them. You know, don't hold on to bad ends. It doesn't make sense to do that. Alright, so moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. Try to limit the heat as possible. And you're going to have length. I mean, we only have 6 inches. Just try to keep it every year. Just try to keep as much of that 6 inches every year. So you're good to go. Alright? See you, I don't know when, soon. Okay? Bye.